Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors.
It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision.
Now here's Fournier from downtown. First shot won't go. Here's Ntilikina. And he banks in the layup.
Ntilikina's reach and athleticism is absolutely a factor inside. He can score it in there, make no mistake.
Out to the right wing. Back to Fournier. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. Yeah, guys, Coach mentioned how Domantas Sabonis can be a game wrecker in the paint. Coach told me we need to get big bodies on Sabonis and force him outside, make him move around. We need to knock him off the blocks if we can. So it sounds like the defensive game plan may revolve around Sabonis, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Sends it home from three-point land. 6 points for him.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Bonga. Three-pointer. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. Pass to Vezenkov. Takes a three. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Here's Ntilikina. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Defended by Jones. The layup misses. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Lets it fly. The offensive rebound. Count it.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
That's on Evan Fournier.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Jones hits them both.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
1:52 left in the first quarter here. Here's the pick. Here's Vezenkov. Here's Fall. Oh, hey, how about that? And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And it's so hard to stop the putback when you let him live at the rim like that.
Boy, once he gets his hands on it around the rim, it's too late.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
The three is up. The shot by Vezenkov, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Outside Fournier. Three-pointer. He buries it from 3. Fournier's got 5.
Well, Evan Fournier staying on the move and working to get that three-point opportunity. Nicely done.
Fires in the triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
32 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Vezenkov. Jacks up a three. And doesn't connect. That miss makes him 2 for 5.
Grab that one. However, so far they're getting a little out-hustled on the boards.
Bonga, pass to Ntilikina. Jones from outside. No luck on that one. No good with a layup. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Leading by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Washington's shot is good. Here's Evans. Takes the three. Here's Peters. To the inside. Cuts off the pass. In transition. Here they come.
That's a smart pass by Alexei Pokusevski. This guy handing it off to a ready shooter. Nicely done.
And there's the screen. Here's Dorsey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Here's Evans. It's good from the top of the key. Evans has got his first basket. Closed it in on 2 minutes played here in the second. Here's Lundberg. Off target at the rim.
You've got to be more aggressive. That kind of soft effort won't get it done.
And they take the lead.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Here's Jones. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Here's Peters. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Pokusevski.
Away team ball.
A tight one here in New York City. Here's Evans. He's guarded by Washington. And there's a pick. And Dorsey gets it to go. Dorsey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
Here's Jones. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Pass to Dorsey. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Gets the 3 ball to go. Dorsey's got 7 points in the game.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Jones. Oh, he goes up high for the 2-handed slam.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. The shot by Evans, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Pokashevsky. Buries it from 3.
I'd love to see Alexei Pokashevsky put it on the deck under control and then rise and fire once he stops.
Defended by Brown. Banked it in off the glass. He's got 5.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Pokashevsky the miss. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Graham.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
Here he goes. And Dorsey gets it to go.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
Pass to Lundberg. Counted. Lundberg's got his first points of the night.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. They get it again. Here's Peters. Nails it from 3.
You like how their perimeter game is building out. They're feeling it right now.
Washington outside. And there it is for him. Washington's got his second basket of the night. Here's Evans. There's a screen. And the layup is good.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. They lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Their work on the glass has been superb tonight. Chasing down every miss there, Ernie. That's their...
All right, fellas, let's now. And that'll do it for us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. The visitors with the ball. Here's Papanikolaou. No made baskets yet. On the wing, Fournier. He shoots it. No good that time.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Bonga gets the bucket.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Bonga has gone 1 for 2 from deep. Here's Vezinkov. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Vezinkov's got 8.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Fournier. Takes it inside. Count it. Good. He's got 7.
Well, exceptional at giving you that extra burst necessary on the drive. That's pretty.
From deep. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Vezinkov. Give him 8 points now. Top of the key jumper, no good. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Count that bucket. Here's Fournier. He's got 7. Here's Papanikolaou. They set a pick. Shot from the wing. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room.
Pass to Vezinkov. There's the triple. The shot comes out.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up.
First personal foul.
Now Fournier. There's a screen. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Fournier's got 4 points in the quarter.
You've got to be able to manipulate the defense in pick and roll. Fournier, nice job there.
Right wing. He shoots. Cans it from the wing.
And both teams playing with a little more urgency in this half.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
There's the three. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
To the paint. Over to the wing. There's 1:34 left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Launches a three. Drops in the three. 16 points for him.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Out left to the wing. Here's Vasenkov. No good, off the front rim.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And the go-ahead bucket, no good. .44 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Fires for three. That shot off the mark.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Tipped away. And they're running. And he comes up with a bucket.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Pass to Ntilikina. For the tie. The shot no good. Now here's Fournier. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. Leading by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
The ball goes to the away team.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Alexei Pokashevsky, and it's Jones in at the 5 spot. Here's Evans. No good from outside. And so the ball out of bounds. Jones touched it last.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Here's Dorsey. The 3 ball. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Here's Peters. Fires, hitting the triple.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's Lundberg. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down, my goodness.
Here's Dorsey. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Pass to Pokashevsky. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Sometimes when you're 7 foot tall, folks, dunking is easy. Mr. Pokashevsky in prime position.
Here's Evans. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Brown looking around. Pass to Pokashevsky. And the officials call the over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Personal foul.
A terrific box out that draws the over the back call.
Well, just good fundamental basketball. You go hunt a body, make sure you box out. Good job.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Here's Evans. Pass to Dorsey. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
From outside, off the mark. Outside Jones. Here's Bonga. Back to Jones. To tie it up. No good.
And you know they were praying for that one to go down.
Let's prove it time. 4th quarter. Don't get it done now. No more chances.
Here's Evans. Misses the 3. 1:29 left in the 4th quarter. Bonga. Pass to Ntilikina. And he hits it to tie the game. 1:14 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Evans. Launches it. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
And that deflates the crowd in an instant. Way to take back the momentum.
Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Fires the 3. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Jones in the post. 35 seconds left to play in the 4th. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. It doesn't go for him. Here's Peters. 19 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Fires away from way outside. Jones grabs the board. And so the road team gets the W in this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have 2 choices. You can either succumb to the...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sidelines. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got James. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. There's Brown with the three. Davies grabs the miss. They set the screen. Pass to Bonga. Takes the three. Doesn't go that time. Brown right side. That one goes. Count it. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Ntilikina. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And when Ntilikina is penetrating with force, the defense has to act. Love the aggressiveness.
And he's good on the second. Now James. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Passing game, the pass to James. Brown outside. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Brown's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Jones kicks to Davies. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
James gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And the dunk by James.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Driving to the basket.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
Brown feeling out a bit. And Brown throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Here's Papagiannis. And a miss there on the triple. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Bonga, the pass to Ntilikina. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Fleshing out his offensive game over time. Ntilikina wants to keep improving in the paint.
Brown with a screen on Jones. Pass to Blasingame. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For the away team,
And so he makes both from the line. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. From downtown, a three-pointer is right on target. He's got 9. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have good news.
And the basket by Papagiannis.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Jones kicks to Nilikina for 3. Jones, no luck. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. Brown sets a screen for James. Papagiannis passes to Blossinger. Onga pulls it in.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Jones, no luck.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Brown. There's Wasengame. On the wing, James. Defended by Jones. James, no good. Outside, Jones. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's James. And a little luck that time, but it drops. James has got 6.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Leading by a point. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
And as long as the threes are dropping, you've got to keep launching them.
Corniche is out there with Diallo. And it's Kalaitis in at the point guard. Good on the triple.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Here's Pakusevski, and they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Pakusevski's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Diallo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
That's slammed in by Jones.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
How about the little guy throwing himself on the glass?
Modiunas sets a screen for Diallo. Pass to Corniche. Back to Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Brown dishes to Jones. Here's Pakusevski. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
There's a screen by Modiunas. Pakusevski grabs the miss. It's up a 3. Lundberg shot's good. Lundberg's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Diallo against Brown. Diallo the pass to Corniche. Here's Kalaitis. Here's Here's a Kobo. 6 to shoot. From past the arc. It's good from long range. Kobo's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
A shot by Lundberg, no good. Pass to Calathis. 1:41 left in the first half of basketball. Diallo against Brown. Diallo kicks to Monteus. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
This is his first free throw of the game. He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. Here's Jones. Missed inside. Here's Calathis. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Bryant. Outside, Jones. Lets the 3 fly. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Right wing. Here's a Kobo. He has 5. Fires the 3. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pass to Diallo. Jacks up a 3. Here's a Kobo. Now here's Diallo. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Diallo's got 9 points in the quarter. Here's Lundberg. There's the screen. And he drives in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
That'll do it for the first half. Leading by 10. Going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're hitting.
Next up, Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Ntilikina out there with Jones. And it's Davies in at the center. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half. There's Wasengame. Shoots. And rebounded by Davies.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The 3. Traps in the tray. Davies has got his second bucket tonight.
Knows it's his job to dish the ball. Ntilikina is a floor general you can rely on.
Here's Wasengame. Pass to Papagiannis. For the 3. That one, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Out to the right wing. Here's Ntilikina. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Ntilikina's got 5 now.
I really like the rhythm Ntilikina plays with. Good at sensing when to shoot off the pass.
Yep, that one goes.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Davies misses. Down low. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Launches the three, knocks down the three ball.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Here he goes. Awesome game.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Pass to Bonga. Three-pointer. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got his 4th assist in this one. There's Brown with the 3. Davies grabs the miss. Davies has got 4 rebounds in this game. Kept alive. Six on the shot clock. For the tie. That shot is off. Davies has gone 2 for 5 tonight. James finds Brown. The 3. Here's Papagiannis. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And here is James. He's got 8. Good on the bucket. James has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Rebounded by Papagiannis. Outside, James. From deep. Buries it from 3-point range. James has got 13 points.
But he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Davies. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first one falls. Davies hits them both.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Wassengame, the pass to Brown. Here's Wassengame. To the paint. And Brown throws it down hard.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Davies misses. Davies has gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Lets it go from deep. Papagiannis can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And he makes the first.
Shooting for the away team.
Good on both. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
I like seeing Ntilikina keep his balance despite the contact. This is how he converts these and ones. And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how that plays out.
Here's Papagiannis. This one for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Papagiannis has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You're giving up a bit of height there. You could expect to get burned from downtown when you do this.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Up by 12. And Let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Diallo out there at Corniche, and it's Maniunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Maniunas, no luck. Washington against Diallo. Jones, the pass to Pokusevski. Hands it from downtown. Pokusevski's got 5 points in the quarter.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Well, they've got some work to do to cut into this lead.
And no need to get away from the game plan, though. There's plenty of time to get back in it.
Full team foul. Dwayne Washington, Jr. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Okobo looking over the floor. There's a good screen to the middle. Here's Corniche. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Corniche taking 2 shots. Depends on the video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Guys, during that last break, I heard Phil Jackson as he talked with the team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Team foul.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. The tray. Pass to Calathis. Here's Corniche. Here's Okobo, defended by Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hits it from 3-point range.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Maniunas' shot is good.
And far from the best shot, but all that matters is the end result. Somehow he sinks it.
Here's Bunga. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Diallo kicks to Calathis. And the 3-ball is good.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. A three ball. Good on the triple.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the three.
Puts up a deep three. He can't get that one. Here's a Kobo. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Got that one up quick.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Jones has gone 3 of 6 in his three-point shooting tonight. Shot good by Diallo.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Davies misses.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
Coletas passes to Kobo. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Jones for three. Corniche with the rebound. Aniunas with it. Shoots the three. They get the rebound. Pass to Coletas. Puts up a deep three. Bonga pulls it in. Here's Ntilikina. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Ntilikina. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's a Kobo. From deep three-point territory. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to...
Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analyst. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Pass to Korkmaz. For three, clock at 6. He can't hit that time. Check by James. There's a screen. Oh, misses the dunk. It's deflected. Back to Korkmaz. James, right side. Brown with a screen. Lets it go from deep. The shot by James, no good. And we're about a minute into the first. Here's Vezinkov. He drops it from range.
Coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Fournier covering. It's hauled in by Fall.
No, it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tighter.
Fournier for three. Drains the triple.
Well, he's got the long-range motion going now. Fournier for 3.
And here's Brown for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Here's Papanikolaou. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. That three's off the mark. Fournier covering. Brown with a screen. And that one is stuffed right through.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the three-pointer goes.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
They set the screen. Will it go? And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. This one for 3. That one no good. Here they come with numbers in transition. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The shot by Vezinkov, no good.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Brown looking around. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Fournier for 3. That one misses. He's 1 for 3. Fournier's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. James outside. Knocks down the triple. James has got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation. This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Brown with a screen. Fournier covering. Back to James. the three-pointer off the mark. It's a 5-point game. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
The shot by Vezenkov, no good. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And there it is for him. Brown's got 7.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Fournier. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Picked it. Korkmaz on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. There's a screen from behind the arc. Pure from three-point range.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens. That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Kalathis. The shot that time not on target.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
They set the pick. Here's Evans. Nails the wide open jumper. Evans has gotten his second bucket. Here's Mata-Yunus. Inside. Here's Diallo. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, PA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Here's Evans. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Here's a Kobo, and he buries his first look. So it's the home team now. Here's Evans. He's got 7. Sinks it from distance. Evans has got 10.
They're making a few more threes this quarter, trying to cut into that deficit.
Here's a Kobo. Uneasy, 2 on the layup.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Evans. 10 points for him. There's a screen. With the drive. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, BA.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. It's good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's Evans. He's got 12. Out to the right wing. The 3 is up. The rebound by Corneli. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. For 3, Diallo. The shot won't fall.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Peters. No good with the triple. Here's a Kobo. And there's the screen. Puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried. He's got 7.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Evans. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
To the wing, right side. 1:41 left in the first half. The 3. Can't get it. Now 3 of 4.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Dorsey. Into the lane. Soft touch off the glass.
And that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Here's Calathis. And a miss there on the triple. It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. Releases. The quick look, no good that time.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And they pick up 2.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Shoots. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Evans has got 17 points.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Drills it from deep.
Man, oh man, that's just absurd range. He can pull it up and hit it from just about anywhere.
Here's Calathis. Pass to Corneli. Here's the pick. Fires from deep. That shot, no good. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Up 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And it's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Check by James. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul, first team foul.
First one falls for him.
At the line for 2, 0.
And so he hits both. Here's Korkmaz. He buries it from 3.
I remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Fournier with the bucket.
How about Fournier, the aggressive answer, 3 of his own.
Outside, Brown. And he drives in. And the jam by Brown.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
The shot by Vezenkov, no good. Vezenkov's got 1 3-pointer tonight so far in 4 tries. Brown with a screen. The 3, James. Offensive board. Korkmaz on the wing. Let's go with a 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Korkmaz has got his second basket on the night. Korkmaz has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. And there's a pick. Fournier for 3. That shot off.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Puts up a 3. Fournier with a rebound. Here's Vezenkov. Here's the 3. Knocks down the long J. Vezenkov's got 6.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
James deciding where to go with it. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. That shot missing.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Fournier covering. Going inside. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Vezinkov, defended by Brown. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Oh, wasted no time on that one. He has 6.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
To the wing on the left. Back to Fournier. Takes a 3. Hauled in by Brown.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Check by James. Driving in. Softly drops in the floater.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. There's 47 seconds left in the third. The shot by Vezinkov, no good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Here's James. Pass to Korkmaz. And here's James. Back to Korkmaz. From the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Vezinkov. Lets the 3 fly. Connects from downtown. Vezinkov's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Up by 10. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sport. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
4th quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. To the right side. 4-3. Rebounded by Evans. From deep three-point land. They get it back. Out to the right wing. They set a pick. Launches it. Just outstanding. He hits again, and he's still a perfect 9 for 9.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Yep, that one's good.
Yeah, he's leading the charge for them. But let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
Yeah, doing anything he can right now to get his team to cut into this lead and give them a chance.
That one is off. Kalafis is on 1 of 5 from the field. Fires the 3. That's only his first miss. Now 10 for 11. Pass to Akobo. They set the pick. Fires the 3. Second chance effort. Arnoldi, that's good.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Here's Evans. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul, first
Yeah,
team
you
foul.
never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Evans.
He's perfect from the line this time.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Here's Mata-Yunus. This one for 3.
Away team foul. First personal foul, first team foul.
Here's Evans. The rebound by Corneli. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled.
Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Dorsey. Shoots. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Yep, that one goes.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Here's Evans. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Evans has got 9 points now in the second half.
Hey, clashes with the larger defender and makes maybe the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah, this is a big-time moment, and so him stepping up his intensity, staying in attack mode, that's nice.
Here's Akobo. Here's Kalathis. Shot clock at 6. Wing shot on the way. Here's Mata-Yunus. No good on the 3. A minute 29 left to play in the fourth quarter. The shot by Vezenkov, no good.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Pass to Corneli. And there's the screen. The 3, Diallo on target from range. Diallo's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Here's Evans. Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And I think the crowd is admiring the long-range duel.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Akobo. Floats one up. It's hauled in by Fall.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
From deep three-point range. The shot by Evans, no good. Here's Akobo. Three-pointer, no good. Pass to Vezenkov. Fires from way outside. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was...
That time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Jones, and it's Ntilikina in at the one spot. It's picked off. Here's Papanikolaou. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Oh, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Now here's Jones. And there's the drive. And good that time. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Vezenkov. Fires for three. Buries it from three-point range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Davies. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Outside Fournier. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Pass to Papanikolaou. Clock at 6. To the wing right side. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Now Jones. They set the pick. Going inside. Here's Davies. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Here's Fournier. Can't get it to fall.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Here's Bonga. It's tipped. And they're moving it up. Pass to Vizenkov. Ntilikina with the rebound. Right side Jones. Here's Davies. Here's Bonga. Takes a three. Davies with the buckets.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Fournier. He takes it in, and the layup's good off the glass.
Penetrating game, the ability to get inside off the dribble, very important for this team. And Fournier is brilliant when it comes to slicing up the defense with his drive.
They set the pick. Bonga. Second shot opportunity, and it's Vizenkov with the rebound. Davies has gone 1 of 4 so far.
Away team foul. Brian, first personal foul. First team foul.
.146 left in the first quarter. Pass to Fournier. Shot clock at 6. Here's Papanikolaou. The shot, no good. Lets it go with a 3. Drills it from outside. It's a tie ball game.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Outside Fournier. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Fournier's got his second bucket. Fournier's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting to the right side. Ntilikina passes to Bonga. Here's the 3. That shot no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Fournier for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Fournier's got 7.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. The shot's good from Ntilikina.
Man, good to see Ntilikina square up from deep. Has the size and touch needed to knock home these threes.
There's 21 seconds left in the first. Vizenkov's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Pass to Davies. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Bonga. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Fournier, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. There. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
They've got Pokuševski. He's out there with Jones. And it's Lundberg in at shooting guard. Evans against Washington. There's the triple. Pass to Evans. There's the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Evans against Washington. Here's the floater, and he drops it in from the low post. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Evans against Washington. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Evans has got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Lundberg. Over to the wing. Three-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. To the inside. Here's Peters, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And here's Evans outside. Good on the three-point shot. Evans has got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Fires from deep. And Jones pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. On Thursday, then on Friday.
And for that game against Athens, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick'em game, depending on how they play.
Now here's Evans. Not a lot of room. To the wing right side. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Dorsey from the arc. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Dorsey. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional.
And I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
Now here's Evans. 8 points for him. Unloads. Akusevsky grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Connects from three-point range.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Evans goes in. Drops in the layup for 2. Evans has got 10 points in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And it's Jones finishing it off.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Now, here's Washington. 6 points for him. Pass to Pakusevsky. Launches it. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Evans. 13 points in the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Misses from close range. It could go, and that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Leading by a point. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And that concludes halftime.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Now here's Jones. They've got Fall, and it's Papanikolaou in at the small forward position. Jones kicks to Davis for the lead. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
So starting the second half, here's who Phil Jackson has on the floor. Jones is out there with Ntilikina, and it's Davies in at the center, locking down the middle.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Stolen. Here's Vezenkov. And that one is stuffed right through.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
And it ends up out of bounds, and they'll keep possession.
The ball goes to the away team.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third, and that one is good.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Fournier gets a wide open look. Out to the wing. Clock at 6. Second chance shot. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Fournier's got 9.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said it's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, we're just out there to win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. Defended by Jones. His first shot coming late. Davies grabs the miss. Davies has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Bunga, and he dunks it down.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Now, here's Fournier. 9 points in the game so far. Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
He seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And the shot goes in. 5 points in the game.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Here's Vezenkov. 7 points in the game. Yep, that one goes in there. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Bunga. from outside the arc. He can't get it to go.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Peters misses. Pass to Ntilikina. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Yeah, man, Ntilikina, an impressive athlete. When he's deep inside, he's ready to ram it in.
And it's Evans missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Jones for three. It's good from long range. Jones has got 7 points in the game.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
From deep, Evans. To the left wing, Peters passes to Evans. Fires from deep, cans it from downtown. He's got 16. Here's Ntilikina. He has 5. And Jones has it in the corner. Pass to Davies. And that one released in time, but no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Up 3. And after a quick break, we're going to...
Come on, fans. It's the
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. It's Evans on the wing. And Evans with a stuff.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
They've got Washington. Jones is out there with Pokuševski. And it's Lundberg in at the 2. Pass to Peters. It's Evans on the wing. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 4th rebound in this one. Washington, that's good.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Here's Lundberg. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Dorsey, that's good.
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, you know, it's made for a fun game, but you're right. You're exactly right. I mean, the defense has been non-existent.
Lundberg shot's good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Evans inside. And he banks in the layup. Evans has got 10 points here in the second half.
A really nice rhythm to his game here late. I mean, he's hit 3 out of 4 this quarter and looks to put his team over the top.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And he sinks the second.
He did the important part at the line there, the heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a 2-possession game.
Evans feeling it out a bit. Oh, good with the triple. Outside, Jones. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And that one falls for Jones.
Shooting for the away team.
And he makes both free throws. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. From deep, Evans. And Jones pulls it down.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Pass to Pakusevsky. Off target with his three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Evans, and Evans throws it down hard.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Pass to Lundberg. Back to Pokusevsky. Just 4 to shoot. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Back to Evans. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. With the drive, and Evans throws it down hard.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is. Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
And here's Evans from past the arc. Offensive rebound. To the middle. Yes!
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Here's Lundberg. Money!
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Pass to Evans. The tray. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. 19 seconds left in the fourth. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it.
TGIF, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We're bringing it to you live, along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here is James. Misses the layup. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. They'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now, here is James. And the shot goes in.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Pass to Bonga. There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. 3-on-3. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Korkmaz, good.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Jones. Down low. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Here's Bonga. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create. Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Back to James. On the take. To the wing, right side. Just 5 on the clock.
Ball is turned over. The ball goes to the away team.
And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Ntilikina. Outside Jones. Pass to Bonga. Defended by Brown. 5 to shoot. Goes back up. Offensive rebound. Here's Ntilikina. And there's the drive. Count it. And that'll tie this game up.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
A minute 15 left to play in the first quarter. Boom! He jams it straight down.
I guess you don't need two hands when one will suffice.
Hey, as long as you don't lose control. Pulls it. Bonga gets the bucket. Bonga's got his second bucket on the night.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
And there's James from the arc. Sinks the tray.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Jones from outside. Gets the 3 to fall.
Oh, neither of these teams can miss. At the same time, neither is playing a ton of defense either.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Here's Ntilikina. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Jones. Second chance shot. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
We've got Washington, and it's Jones in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Knocks it down from distance.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Now Washington. There's the drive. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Diallo with the ball. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Alexei Pokashevsky. That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
McGarron. Pokashevsky covering. Ooh, it's stolen away.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
Here's Jones. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Kalathis. And he converts the layup. Kalathis has gotten his first bucket of the night. Now here's Washington. Picked by Pokashevsky. Washington outside. Three-pointer. The shot off that time. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Diallo outside. From downtown. The rebound by Lundberg. And they're on the break. Launches a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And this game is tied up now.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the 3 in transition.
Hits the three-pointer.
and both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Jones. The three, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Here's a Kobo. No points so far. The three. They get it back. Here's Matajunas. A deep three. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Yes, it's good. Here's Kalathis. For 3, Diallo. Jones grabs the board. Here's Lundberg. Washington up top. The rebound by Diallo. 1:36 left in the second period. A Kobo, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Pokusevski. From outside, off the mark. Fast break, here we go. Diallo gets the bucket.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Here's Lundberg. Picked by Pokusevski. For 3. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. 51 seconds left to play in the half. A Kobo gets the bucket.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Jones with a screen on Diallo. Here's Pokusevski, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Pokusevski's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back-and-forth moments.
Now here's Pokusevski. 9 points in the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to a Kobo. Lays it up and banks it in. 5 points in the game.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Here's Washington. And that one drops.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's a Kobo. Good if it goes. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
You know what time it is.
Now that we're close to knowing who will be participating, some of these guys may be in the gym early and leaving late, shooting.
I'm surprised it's this close, not gonna lie. They played some weak D, giving up too many easy open looks.
Mincing, no work. Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nice game. Great performance by Aleksej Pokusevski.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Counted from distance.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Here's Bonga. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
6 on the shot clock. James with the ball. He's picked up by Jones. He can't get it to go. Here's the break. Here's Ntilikina. Up and in on the layup. Ntilikina's got 6.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Back to James. Looking to end the run. Nails it from beyond the arc. Give him 8.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Now, here is James. Give him 8 points now. And he gets it to go. And here's Jones. Lets it go from deep. Korkmaz pulls it in.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
The 3 is up. It's James on the wing. Pass to Korkmaz. Robbed. Here's Ntilikina. Checked by James.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
And they're on the break. Pass to Bonga. 6 to shoot. And he jams it home with authority.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
A quick shot there. It's off target. In transition. Jones from outside. Kept alive. Ntilikina. The pass to Bonga. Another shot. And the layup is up and in. Bonga's got 9.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
For 3, James. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
They set a pick. Fires from deep. Hauled in by Brown.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Brown with a screen. Out to James. 3-pointer. Can't sink it. 4th miss out of 9 attempts. Here's Bonga. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, you always want to pass the ball up court on the break. Normally leads to easy points, and we all know those are hard to come by.
Pass to Brown. Takes the 3. He's off on that one. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. They're up 7. And when we return, and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The 3 ball on target from range.
Looks like he's shooting with a lot more confidence here in the second half.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Diallo. It's hauled in by Pokashevsky.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Oh, man, talk about hang time. What a wicked double clutch finish.
Hey, when you have that kind of space, you're allowed to get fancy. They've got Alexei Pokashevsky, and it's Jones in at the 5. Drills it from deep.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from it.
Pass to Pokashevsky. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Akobo. Here's Montayunas. Hits a three-pointer.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Pokashevsky. Fires for 3. And here's Washington. Nails it from 3.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Offensive board. Jones, the pass to Washington. Now Pokashevsky. Drops in the 3.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Here's Kalathis. Drives to the hoop. And the shot's good. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Got it.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Here's Montayunas. Pass to Diallo. The 3 is up. Knocks down the long J.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Diallo's gone 3 of 7 tonight. Outside Jones. Off with the layup. Here's Kalathis. Here's Akobo. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. And no good. Here's Lundberg. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam. Well, Grant, it appears that league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, B.A. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So there's plenty of talent to go around.
Beyond the arc. Fires in the triple.
Safe to say, the outcome is no longer in question.
Yeah, look, sometimes you just break your opponent's spirit, and I think this has been one of those times.
Here's Akobo. He's guarded by Washington. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. There's 37 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Pokashevsky. Fires from the wing. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
from behind the arc. He buries it from three.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Thank you.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Vezenkov in at the four-man position. From deep, James. Here's Papagiannis. Fall with the rebound.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And here's a look at the power rankings. Now that we've gotten into February, plenty of data to considering to go on. They're holding tight, still looking for ways to move up.
And you know, right now for the visiting team, they know what this team is. Some would say they've overachieved, but I feel like they've proven themselves thus far.
Now here's James. Into the lane, and James throws it down.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
All right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
From deep three-point land, rebounded by Papagiannis. Korkmaz passes to Papagiannis. Outside, James. And he drives in, and the dunk by James.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
He gets that one.
Well, exceptional at giving you that extra burst necessary on the drive. That's pretty.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. There's the three. Fall with the rebound. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. And when I asked Coach about his top priority of this game, he said, without hesitating, containing Sabonis. He added, he's a skilled low-post player who plays with a lot of power. And when he's not scoring, he's making plays for his teammates. So the defense has its work cut out for them. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. 5 to shoot. Korkmaz kicks to Brown. The three. Right wing. They set the pick. Here's Blasingame. Got a hand on it. Pass to Vezenkov. Left side Fournier. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Blasingame. Here's Korkmaz. Now here's James. Brown sets a screen for James. 4 on the clock. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. James has got 7. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first 2 minutes.
And here's Fournier. Takes it inside. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Now, here's Brown. This one for 3. Sinks the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Vezenkov. He's covered by Brown. That one's good. Vezenkov.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches. That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
1:05 left in the first quarter. Here's the screen. Fournier for 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Here's Papagiannis. Scoreless thus far. From outside, off the mark. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
For 3, Fournier. Work Mize, grabs the miss. Fournier's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Down low, opportunity. And that one is hammered home.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Vezenkov. He has 7. Plays it up and banks it in. Vezenkov's got 9.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
James looking it over. For the 3. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. They're up by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Diallo out there at Corniche. And it's Galathis in at the 1. Pass to Dorsey. From deep. Corniche with the rebound. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's a Kobo. Driving the lane. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And here's Evans outside. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Eunice sets a screen for Diallo. A 3-ball. And the jam by Montejunas.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what? Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but his defenders keep forgetting to box him out. He continues to just make them pay. I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Good. It's Galathis who picks up the assist. Montejunas has got 5.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And it's a Kobo missing. Evans feeling it out a bit. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Diallo.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
From downtown, gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 5.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
From deep, Evans drills the 3-pointer.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the 3-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Akobo, the pass to Diallo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
On Saturday, then on Tuesday.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build it.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Evans attacking, and Evans with a stuff.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. There's a screen by Montejunas. Here's a Kobo. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. There's the draw.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Pass to Calathis. The three. And no good that time. 1:14 left to play in the first half. And here's Evans outside. The shot. No good. Here's a Kobo. From down in the low post, it goes. Kobo's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
There's the pick. Out to the right wing. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. And it's Evans missing.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Now here's Diallo. He's got 7. Takes the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Kobo's got 9.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Now Dorsey. Still yet to score. Here's Milutinov, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Up by 10. Time now for the halftime break. With the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
One big reason they're up, they're controlling the glass, both boxing out and crashing in.
Yeah, you could tell rebounding was a...
And guys, now let's see. And that'll do it for half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. The visitors with the ball. It's a 10-point game. They've got James Brown out there with Korkmaz, and it's Papagiannis in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Good on the shot.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
They've got Fall, and it's Fournier in at the 2.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Brown outside. And it's off from three-point range. Brown's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Here's Vezenkov. He's covered by Brown. To the wing on the left. Poked away. Outside, James. Papagiannis passes to Blossinger. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Papanikolaou. No scoring in this one. And there's the drive. Fournier with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. The drive by James.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And both free throws, good for James. And here's Fournier. There's the triple. Trains the three-pointer. Fournier's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Evan Fournier staying on the move and working to get that three-point opportunity. Nicely done.
goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Pass to Vizenko. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
From deep, James, offensive rebound, Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Papianis passes to James. To the paint, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Shoots the three, and it's Vizenkov missing.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
They get it back. Game the pass to Brown. Three-pointer hits the three-point bomb. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Outside Fournier. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
3 points.
Fournier's got 10.
When you make a three on him, Fournier wants a little payback, and he gets it.
Here's James. Banked in off the glass.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Vizenko. There's a screen. Here's the three. The rebound by James.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Beyond the arc. Fall with the rebound. Fall's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And it's Vizenkov missing.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Papanikolaou. Still scoreless. The baseline J. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Leading by 9. We're going to step aside for just a second. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. We've got Diallo, and it's a Kobo in at the 2-guard spot. From deep, Evans. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Puts up a 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Their 3-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Buries the long-range jumper. Kobo's got 6 points in the quarter.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
First personal foul, first team foul.
That's good from Evans.
Evans. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Evans.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here's the screen. Here's a Kobo. Doesn't go, only his third miss in 9 tries. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. The shot's good from Evans.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Here's Diallo, and the layup falls.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Evans outside. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Pass to Dorsey. Inside. And they're on the break. Here's Coathis. And the 3 off target. Here's Peters. Evans inside. And Evans with a stuff.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Kobo, the pass to Monteunice. It's deflected. Now here's Evans. Pass to Dorsey. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
They set the pick. And that's Evans penetrating. And Evans throws it down hard.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
They get the rebound. Fires the 3. Now Diallo. Monteunice finds Diallo. 5 on the clock. And another shot. And it's denied. Here's Dorsey. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket.
Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Coathis gets the bucket.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. He hits the first one, and that ties the game up.
2 shots.
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Well, those were essential. Very steady work at the free throw line in a very tight game.
Here's the pick. 55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's a Kobo. It's good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Evans outside. Pass to Vizenkov. Back to Evans. And they get it back. From the arc. The rebound by Kobo. Here's Coathis. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
For 3, missed. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so